Have a seat. I'm currently finishing up a novel I've been working on for many years. In this novel, a spiritual warrior discusses theology with his master, and they happen upon the question of whether or not there is a God. The master explains simply that such a question is irrelevant, but he maintains that faith is still of the utmost importance, much to the student's confusion. The master asks him, how can faith be both meaningful and irrelevant, all at the same time? That, my friends, is the riddle of faith, and before this lesson is over, I will have hopefully explained it to you. Let's start by getting one extremely important fact out on the table right now. There is no correct religion. The notion that one of the many religions human beings practice will one day be proven right is ridiculous and completely defies the purpose of what faith was intended to be. Faith is not a horse to be bet upon. It is not a candidate for president. It is not a sports team. I cannot stress this enough. You will die. You will be dead, gone, and buried or cremated, never knowing for a fact that you chose right or wrong in your religious beliefs. If you need to pause the episode to let that sink in, go ahead. In many ways, faith is presented to us when we are young as something that we choose to believe in the face of others choosing something else to believe. This immediately creates rifts between people of different religions, as it implies that one religion must be right and all others must therefore be wrong. The sad truth is that faith is more often misused as a tool for excluding others than for its intended purpose. And what is its intended purpose? Simple. No matter what your religion may be, the goal of your faith is to make you a better person. You do not need to stand behind your faith. Instead, the purpose of faith is to stand behind you. Once again, you will never know if you are right or wrong. That is fine. Validation should not be the goal of choosing to believe in something greater than yourself. Rather, your faith should empower you. It should be a means of believing that you are capable of great things, and in turn give you the courage to do those things. It should be the weapon you wield in the face of adversity, not the tool you use to draw lines in the sand that separate you from those who draw their courage from a different set of beliefs. Lastly, remember that faith is drowned by the details. All too often I see petty debates about the particulars, dragging out what are in truth the least important aspects of a religion, and in doing so, ignoring the bigger picture. I will never cease to be amazed by the capacity of human beings to completely ignore what matters in favor of getting worked up over the irrelevant. It is not the details that matter. It is the message. Most religions carry a message of peace and brotherhood. That is what matters. And people would better serve themselves by remembering this fact, instead of losing their fucking minds over the alleged correct way to worship an omnipotent being who, being omnipotent, isn't going to hold it against you. Nitpicking is a human invention, after all, not a divine one. There are many of the intellectual persuasion who choose to dismiss religion and faith as antiquated concepts. I, however, still see value in them. The validity of a faith has no bearing upon the kindness of its followers. Hungry people who are given food by a generous person will not be any less sated if that person was compelled to donate said food because of their faith. If faith drives people to do good, if it brings them to place value in being better people, then it is still beneficial, and we cannot let people who see faith as a form of validation ruin it for everyone else. To solve the riddle of faith, you must come to grips with the fact that religion is not a multiple-choice question on the exam of life, but a map to guide you to the person you wish to one day become. You do not serve your faith. It serves you. We're done here.